So I'm down here really early this morning because it's going to be a hot day and there's some work I want to do in the greenhouse because I've got a little bit of a problem and I think I know I'm going to sort it out. So these peppers I planted in the greenhouse probably about a few weeks ago, and I just keep getting slugs and snails in this greenhouse. It's just so annoying. And as you can see, I've planted these up and they've just disappeared. It's like I never planted them. And they're slowly but surely they are disappearing. So what I'm going to try and do is put some companion plants with them, so hopefully it deters them. Now I did put onions here for that very reason, but it's not worked. So I'm going to try something else. So I have been growing some Nastertiums. There's some Calendula here. And then also here I bought in the garden centre some Marigolds. So this is the plan that I have to try and save these peppers that are here, which are actually a little bit bigger and seem to have upheld against the slugs so far. So hopefully by putting in the marigolds and calendula in the greenhouse, it will help, fingers crossed, to stop them being eaten.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel that our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal.
So now I've got the tomatoes in. It's next job is to put the plants in, the flowers that I'm going to use to repel the pests, hopefully. So the marigolds I'm going to put around the tomatoes. That helps just to stop slugs and snails and repel those pests. With the nasturtiums, I'm going to put them around the runner beans and the broad beans and hopefully deter some of the blackfly. And then what I'm going to do with the broad beans in particular is just nip the tops off, just so that helps to stop the blackfly as well, because they like to go for the new leaves basically. And then the calendula I'm going to put around the peppers, so then hopefully that repels any sort of slugs, snails that want to have a go at them. So that's the plan, both inside the greenhouse and outside, just to try and stop what's happening in here, mainly in the greenhouse, because that's where I'm getting the biggest problem at the moment with snails. Don't know why, I've never had it before, but that's the plan. So I'm just walking around the plot, just having a look at a few bits, and then I spot this little fella on my potatoes. Look at him. So this is exactly what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to attract bugs and animals like him to come to the plot. So it's really hot in the greenhouse. It's already 28 degrees and it's already gone up a degree since I looked at it like seconds ago. It's hot in there. So I think I'm going to come out and do some bits outside for a bit, because it's definitely hot in there. Too hot to work now. That's why I got here early. There we go. That's what it looks like. That bit at the back, I'm going to take all that shelving out, because I think they're just hiding in all the pots that are there. So that's the next job, just to take them out, just so that there's a lot less places for them to hide, really. I'm really pleased with the greenhouse, actually. It looks a lot better. There's no hiding place now. Let's take a look. So I pulled up some of the onions that are bolted, just had a nice little harvest of those, which is great. I had a tidy up around the back. Beans here will go in shortly. And then I've got the tomatoes potted up at the back here. And then here is the companion planting in the greenhouse. So with the peppers, I have planted some spinach in the middle, just so I get a quick crop of those. But then here we've got the calendula that goes with those. And then there's a few onions as well, again, just to deter some slugs and snails. There are a few less slugs and snails in here. Haven't seen any. So just sometimes just tidy up, keep things tidy, and it will stop things hiding in pots and things that you've got at the back, because that's where they are. They're in the dark. They're hiding basically. So the nasturtiums are in. I planted a row of nasturtiums just here, which will sit with the peas a little bit. So that will hopefully keep some aphids and things off the peas. Blackfly is also attracted to beans, and you'll find that if you attract beneficial insects like ladybirds, they will come and eat the blackfly off your runner beans. So the plan is they're near to the beans, but just not next to them, so they're going to jump on the beans from the nasturtiums. If you do have a problem with blackfly, nasturtiums are something that you can plant near your runner beans, just so you can try and attract them to that, attract ladybirds, and then they'll eat your blackfly. I don't want them to be so close that they jump from one to the other when they're finished. I just want them to be near it, and then once they've done with that, it is a sacrifice crop, I have to say. So I'm not planning on keeping any flowers on them. They look lovely though, but that's the plan. I'm going to sacrifice them to keep my beans. Right, I'll show you around. So these are the tomatoes. I have planted with the tomatoes some marigolds. So the marigolds are just here, and then just next to it are the tomatoes. Please ignore my poorly tomatoes. Some of them are a lot better than others. This one definitely looks a lot healthier. But again, it's got a row of marigolds just alongside them, just so it keeps off the pests. All in all, the plot is looking really nice. You've got the onions with the potatoes. And again, there's a reason why I put the onions with the potatoes, just to repel some of the pests that go with those. Mainly slugs, because they don't like onions. And last year I got quite a few slugs in my pots. So my plan is to use these onions around the potatoes so they don't go into the pots, and the smell of the onions repels the repels the slugs. That's that plan for those. So all in all, I am really, really happy with how the plot is looking, and I'm fingers crossed it's going to work with these companion plants that I've put in, because I've had no ends of slugs and snails, and I'm sure all you have as well. And I'm just trying to share with you the problems I'm having, so you can, well, hopefully overcome them. If you've got any other suggestions of how to combat slugs and snails, put them in the comments. And I'm going to do a link to a little video that I had from last year, just because it will show you the extent of the problems that I've had with slugs and snails in the past. But for now, take care, and I'll see you again soon.